Your Badly Drawn Boy, that's the new single, which is Once Around the Block, an LP to follow before the end of the year anyway. And sometime last year I got a letter from Frank Black asking about sessions that he'd done in various incarnations for Radio 1. And being a kind of amiable bloke, I wrote him back a long and detailed letter and said, keep in touch, Frank, let us know what you're up to, what you're doing, where you're going, that kind of thing. Have I heard back from him? No, I haven't. But despite this, we invited him in to do a new session with the Catholics, and this is what you're going to hear tonight. The first tune is called Living on Soul. Nice one, Frank. That's Frank Black and the Catholics. They're in session tonight. It's called Living on Soul. And let's see what Lynn, the Office Junior and Queen of the Millennium, has written about Frank Black. He now falls into the category seasoned Peel sessioner, as he's been doing them for around 11 years, she says. He first went into the BBC studios at Maida Vale to record his debut session with the Pixies in 1988. Since then, he's been back a further 4 times with the Pixies, twice as Frank Black and the Catholics, and once with as Frank Black with Teenage Fanclub, and that was in 1994. His most recent oeuvre has been Pistolero, which he says he's very proud of, as he recorded it in a live session to a 2-track. It was released back in March on Played Again Sam Records, and we've not had copies of it, hence that's why we've not played it on the radio. So if any of this gets back to Frank, we haven't had the record, Frank. And he proves to be an energetic collection of 14 spontaneous rock songs in a classic guitar-based drum setup. Frank says, we love this whole live recording thing, and it seems appropriate for a band like us so stuck on the guitar, which, by the way, is a Spanish instrument that it was this you or Frank that said this about the Spanish?
Frank.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. And what did Frank say? Which, by the way, says Frank, is a Spanish instrument that's been around since the early 1600s for those naysayers who are so quick to damn the guitar every time there's an innovation in automated music. So there you have it. Well, I have some sympathy with his argument. I mean, I like both sides of the argument, so I'm in a difficult position. Frank Black and the Catholics, they're in session tonight. This is Billy Radcliffe.
To the
that was really spooky because it says here that should have been 6 minutes and 35 seconds long. And it's actually 2 minutes and 23 seconds long. How do we explain that? One of life's great mysteries, I guess. Fortunately, being a very competent DJ, I have the next record ready to play. That was Frank Black and the Catholics. Time for another one now from Frank Black and the Catholics in session. Tomorrow night's session, by the way, in a programme that comes to you from Peel Acres, is by Clute, and the Millennium coming up, well, after this, which is Sister Isabel. Song written by Del Shannon and Brian Hyland, and I wish I had an original version of it that I could play to you by way of sort of compare and contrasting with that by Frank Black and the Catholics in session. The song's called Sister Isabel.
Millennium 1929.
Nature abhors the false ending, let's face facts. Dustball, like monkeys do on Shifty Disco Records. An email from Anthony Turner in Skelmersdale. He says, missed the show last night, went to a very loud, tricky gig. I just wanted to know if William Ralph Dean got a mention in last night's Millennium. Not quite sure about the significance of that, but he got a mention tonight, though, Anthony. It's just occurred. This is Frank Black and the Catholics and Valley of Our Hope.
And ash upon the snow. Over and over he said, well, numbered all my days, so let's go. Wonderful to make your kind intrusion. Angling to get noticed under dark skies of their knives, giving speeches, though I knew him as the organist.
Good work, Frank. Frank Black and the Catholics, and they are Rich Gilbert, lead guitar and backing vocals, Dave McCaffrey, bass and backing vocals, Scott Boutier on drums, and that was called Valley of Our Hope.
88 lines, about 44 women.
Not quite sure where that stands politically, but 1981 was the year for that. It was from Nails, 88 lines, about 44 women, and it now reappears on that compilation LP from Safe House Records called Rec Home, Safe House Sampler, Volume 3. And the last tonight from Frank Black and the Catholics, this is a Bob Dylan song, Changing of the Guards.
Fall.
Top rocking item from Frank Black and the Catholics, Bob Dylan's song Changing of the Guards, last from them in session. And this is Cinerama and a single which you'll be able to get from Elephant Records of Madrid, Spain. Yes, that Madrid.